Hello and welcome to a Choozo Randomizer Tournament playoff race. I am Idle. Can someone let me know if you can hear me? Because setup's acting a little funny today. I can't see the restream like I would like. I don't know why. Might have to get some help with that. But I can see it on the channel here. Okay, good that you can hear me. Oh yeah, so it's a not deep start, and it turns out it was a gauntlet start. Yeah, this is a convenient start for the runners as long as they manage to fall down the crumbles properly. And looks like both runners collected both their items, morph, and bombs. It's actually very interesting to get that combination right away. You mark that off on the tracker here. And looks like 2. I can't remember, maybe 3. It's so funny looking at this. Like it looks like 3 on phatscott and 2 on Akaelyne's screen. I can't tell what the number is. Oh, we got our first transition here. It goes to the tube location. That is something the runners could clip through, but it's not in logic, so it's kind of a risk to do that, especially without power bombs. There'd be no logical way to get back. Even if they had power bombs, they'd have no way of doing the high jump. I did not see what the transition was. Let's see. West 2. Okay, yeah, that's not a location the runners want to go to. So I guess it's back up to... the right. Let's see what else we find. Yeah, so the settings are... I'm going to paste it in chat again here. Full countdown. Full area. Vanilla boss. Medium difficulty. Vanilla escape early morph, not deep start. So that medium difficulty has sometimes created some of the trollier seeds, but this is a pretty generous start with the runners starting with bombs even. I can't remember the last time I saw a race where the runners started with bombs so early. Sometimes you get the power bombs early, but just regular bombs. It does. I mean, we still are looking for the power bombs though, so I guess there is still some troll opportunity. And phatscott deciding that screw attack is worthwhile. I think that's a good call. Screw attack, really useful in this game. And especially with not having very much energy, not having any energy yet, and with this being a full countdown seed, who knows where that energy could be. It's very tempting for runners to nope out once they've found all of the major items, the unique items, and then they don't bother looking for the energy. Also, in criteria location, the items are kind of spread out. You can get some at the top, a couple midway down, and then more at the bottom, and then there's a few that you need you need bombs and power bombs to get to, like that criteria power bombs location. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not... Yeah, I wonder if she just literally forgot she has bombs. That's really unfortunate if that's the case. It's not something you normally get. That is not normally your progression. I know it is in the vanilla game, but these seeds so rarely play out anything like the vanilla game. I can totally understand, like, not even thinking about that. It's rare to even get bombs before power bombs. It's really rare to get bombs this early, like literally your second item. But one of the runners picked it up first, even. Meanwhile, Scott's going to check out a few more items. Could have chosen to check out one more transition to the top to the crab exit. Yeah, it is somewhat. I mean, I think with full countdown, I mean, I don't know. It's probably not like, it's rare that they matter. I would say that. Like, I don't think it's that rare to get them. Okay, so Heka is going to do this clip. Now, this does give her access to I think she can get to all the transitions, all the other 5 transitions, and although the top 2 would really be a soft locking power bombs to get out of those top 2. At least she's going to get us fill in more of the map for us. Looks like she found front of Norfair. I mean, this could. Oh, that's a big find that Scott has PBs down to. Theoretically, this could pay off for Akaelyne. Like, there could just be good stuff this direction. I mean, she can get to Spazer already, and those other, she can get to one of the items at the top of Alpha Power Bombs. But, I mean, that Screw Attack is already kind of would have been really nice to have. Ooh, now we're in the wreck ship, which she can do some of this. Not just collecting more ammo. Oh, and Akka finds power bombs. That's pretty big. It is not in logic for her to get back through the tube, but it is something that she might be familiar with. It's sometimes described as a one-time trip. That's not accurate. You can do a running jump through the door. You don't need speed booster. In fact, it might be easier without speed booster. It does require a decently precise jump. I don't know how precise it is, but I've definitely spent minutes like just running back and forth between the 2 transitions and not quite having the right jump. But once you get it, you bounce into the platform that's in the middle, and then you lose all of your horizontal momentum, but you keep all your vertical momentum going up, and you can make it to the door. This is vanilla boss. This would be. I think Hack is looking for this. You can remember she has bombs. No, she's still laying the power bombs, unfortunately. Ooh, finds ice though. That's a nice find. And phatscott finds space jump. Also a good find. This is an impossible fancy fight. I'm just gonna call it that. She should not attempt this. Oh, she should go get that item though. She can get one more item, wreck ship. Oh, Scott found a green Bryn. That's kind of a nice transition. Only 2 items. I think this is still worth going for. You could find a lot of energy tanks here. More, like, you could find some more supers. Looks like Akka's gonna save scum that check. I think that's okay too. I think with the ship off, it'd be tempting to just go for it. You figure you're most likely going to keep whatever you find over there. Even if it's a reserve tank, that's still useful. Scott finding the top of a tower. That's actually, well, I guess Akaelyne had a way out anyway, but that'll be convenient. If she works her way back that direction, she would be able to get the green Bryn Star. And from there, she could get back to Criteria with the power bombs that she has. So, oh, she has no supers. Oh, that's so unusual that you'd be completely out of ammo here. A little unfortunate. Besides, okay, so that save scum's going to end up being worth it, because most likely that's not the other major. And she's probably just going to nope out. Yeah, so fighting Phantoon with only supers is already like you need a way to pseudo screw or actually have screw attack for the flames, which phatscott has. So that would actually be a doable fight for him. Be pretty tough still, but it would be doable. Actually, with space jump even easier. You can just sit there and space jump and screw attack the whole time during the enraged patterns. Whereas Akaelyne not having that, I mean, it's technically not an impossible fight, but it might as well be. It's so difficult. I mean, frankly, with no missiles, even if she had 3 tanks, it'd be a difficult type. Oh, I think my restream. Oof. Looks like Akka took a hit from those fish. They do a lot of damage. I think they do like 80 damage with those suits. They are... Whoa! God. I don't know if Scott has saved anywhere. Jeez. I would think maybe skip this next check here. You go get this item up here, but then maybe... You know what? You got Spazer. Just don't make the other check. I don't know. This is one-hit KO from anything in this room. He does have Screw Attack and Space Jump, but you're like one failed jump input away. Okay. Yeah, with Screw Attack, Space Jump, that's a little bit more reasonable. I don't trust Space Jump as the thing. Like, maybe if I was underwater, but it's kind of a finicky... The timing for it's a little finicky above water. Alright, but he's okay. Looks like Akka found a super. She will immediately use that super. Even with no items with Red Brand, I think this is a good call. And it finds the first energy tank. I need to give Scott credit for Spazer here. Akka wisely going back and farming another power, super missile. Oh, and now phatscott finds a energy tank as well. Gonna get a little bit more transition knowledge here. I don't think we've seen this transition yet. Oh, it's the top of Green Rin. That's actually convenient for both runners. I think Scott would be happy to see that as well. Yeah, I can get a little bit more ammo here. It's very strange running around with no missiles. Oh, she did get the ammo. We got a little high five here for more supers. And speed booster. That opens up Waterway, but there's also no items left in Green Brinstar, so the answer is not Waterway today. So the good news is this is gonna route pretty well for Akka. She's going to get she's probably going to go down to Edikuns and find that other E-tank, and then she's probably going to find the Spazer without making too many more checks in Green Bryn. So she's not going to be, even though she doesn't have Screw Attack, she's also not going to be fighting off facing those big side hoppers today, most likely. Could use a missile pack. I don't know. There's a missile pack in Edikuns, actually. She'll get one there. Let's see if Scott wants to go up or down. With no items, there's not any reason to go to those top 3 items up above. But decides he wants to go up anyway. I mean, I don't know if it makes that much difference. He does know where one of these portals goes already. That could be part of the thinking. He may want to check this other portal, and then maybe route back to Kateria. Although he probably wouldn't want to route to the bottom of Kateria. Never mind. Oh, it's great. That's a nice find. This is Vanilla Boss. So definitely, and Crate is holding an item, so this is definitely where you want to be. This is really definitely where you want to be. Hopefully Akaelyne will decide to make the same trip up. She probably will, because she's already checked the other lower transitions. And I don't think that there was much good for her down there. So she still has 3 items in Criteria, so she may be pulled toward Criteria, although she will find the bottom of Criteria. Oh, okay, so that could be the issue. She might find the bottom of Criteria and then not want to... Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. She's really not that far behind if she were to just nope out of Criteria, but she doesn't know that. The suits restrictions are off. They're off in all of the races in this tournament. So, I mean, skipping a 3 in Criteria would be pretty brazen. And the quick kill for Scott, no problems. Awarded with a missile pack. But he already got the reward. He got the goods early. Space Jump and Screw Attack were both in Criteria. So those will definitely be helpful for Akaelyne if she does make the investment. Scott not checking this last minor. I think it's right there. I'd be looking for E. He does have 45 supers already. This is a very healthy super count. Okay. So Akaelyne, okay, she is going to go down. Oh, maybe not. Okay, good. This is the right decision. I still think it's very unlikely that she skips the 3 in Criteria. And I mean, honestly, like that combo, Space Jump Screw Attack, is so useful that she could save the time now and then just give it all back in Lower Norfair later. So, not even sure it'd be a time save to skip Criteria. Scott can make the return trip, maybe. Maybe he remembers he's already been up there. Mock roll through the door. Oh, it actually could have been carried through. Okay, this is a much different situation. Still not a free fight, especially there isn't really a good way to farm up energy. Perhaps there will be an E-Tank at Wreckship E-Tank location. God is likely to find this ice beam pretty soon here. Akaelyne is going to make the play to Kraid. And she finds her gravity suit. I need to give credit for bosses. Great, already down for phatscott. We'll be down shortly for Akka. Alright, so Scott's going to choose not to check that item at Wreck Ship, which it is a long ways away. And he does have gravity, so it's not like he can't get it later. Oh, he's got gravity. This is a... Okay, never mind. Scott might as well have 2 E-tanks. This is a pretty big difference, having gravity for this fight. Especially with... I mean, Scott's had experience with Phantoon. I'm not worried about this. Each of these, both Phantoon and the flames only do 10 damage instead of 40. Akka not quite getting that quick kill, but did get a lot of damage in. This will be fairly short. Great fight. Oh, I thought that was going to be it. Let's see what happened there. Looked at me. But I'm guessing one of those supers was just a bit high. That was a very clean fight from Scott. Was that a 3-round? That's pretty good. We'll see if Scott wants to invest in Wreck Ship. He has only one major remaining, but could be Varia, could be Charge. He has everything he needs. That tends to be the tipping point for me. I have Speed Booster, and no, I can get everything in the area. I'm definitely more likely to clear it, especially with this gravity suit. Although gravity does not provide spike protection, so Scott will want to find another E-tank. One more E-tank would be really helpful. Although he is up to almost full health, he'd probably be fine. But Akka did decide to make that extra crate check. I like that. I think that's a quick check, and she could use those power bombs at this point. Well, I guess she's got Ice Beam, but although runners have bombs, oh, they got speed. Never mind. They've got everything they need for Batu Nexus, so there's no reason that they're going to need those extra PPs, actually. I would have picked them up out of Impulse. I'm always thinking, but what about the Crystal Flash Clip? But not today. Are there any more matches today? Yes, not in this matchup. So the race 2 of phatscott versus Akaelyne will be tomorrow at the same time, and then if a race 3 is necessary, it will be immediately following that one. But there is another match later today. Glove is taking on Prior 57. I don't remember offhand when that's happening, just that it's in the afternoon. All right, Akaelyne is about to find the backup criteria, and I expect that she'll continue on. She's gonna find that spaceship immediately, which is nice. I didn't see what was in the back of Wreck Ship. Did Scott even check it? Nobody wants to check that item. Oh yeah, thanks for linking in the schedule there. That'll help for this and future matches, because we definitely have plenty of other playoff matches to go. Still only about a third of the way to the playoff bracket. And that Wreck Ship goes to East Meridia with only one item. How does this one kind of spread out? Other than criteria having 5, but the runners finding 2 of those immediately with the orphan bombs. Then 1 here, 2 there. I mean, are we going to see like Upper North Bear, Lower North? I mean, one of those going to have a lot? Is this going to be the 5 croc? You know, I don't know if we even have 5 items. Well, I think we do. I think there are 5 items left still. Oh, when did Scott last save? Scott. Oof. I'm not sure if Scott has saved at all. Oh, he probably saved at Wreck Ship. Okay, that wouldn't have been like too far back. Just gonna spark up, I think, here. Which makes sense. No high jump would have made, I think even halfy is impossible without the high jump. Either impossible or highly impractical. Akaelyne is going to be able to check the climb supers. That was something that Scott was not able to check. So this, and I believe there's one item in criteria outstanding. So this could actually be a pretty big deal here. Because phatscott has a decent lead at the moment. Already up a boss, is heading toward Dragon, which is not a free fight with this energy, by the way. Does have a lot of supers. And screw attack to screw through Dragon. But if this is Varia, that might even put Akaelyne ahead. That'd be such a big find. I hope phatscott decides not to Shine Spark Dragon. I could potentially do the opener, but this is 10 in reserves. Oh my gosh. Honestly, would have been better off keeping those in reserves. That way you can take a double hit. But yeah. Oh, Scott, this is not a good idea. Look at that. He's almost out of health. He can't take another hit. It's just supers for Akaelyne, but man. Screw director, screw tech through. How did he had okay. It wasn't 40. I couldn't read the number, it was 48. Or something, or 49. No, God, no! Oh my God! At least he has that save. Oh my gosh! Somebody clip that, please. I was just gonna say I was really impressed he survived that fight, even with him being able to take the one hit. Oh wait, did he save right here? When did he sneak that save in on me? Oh, okay. This is not so bad at all. I didn't realize he saved here. Oh. Well, I feel a lot better about laughing now. Sorry, I couldn't help it. You know, I wonder if he had. Well, I wouldn't save any time, of course, but he potentially could have pause buffered that D-boost into the health. Well, I'm really glad he took that save. In fact, the whole strategy of doing the Shine Sparks makes a lot more sense if you're going to save beforehand. He probably should have. I think the reason I didn't think he saved, he probably should have taken the health refill that's right next to the save station. That was actually pretty impressive, that first attempt where he got one Shine Spark in, which did a lot of damage. It was a very well-placed Shine Spark. And then he was able to get all of that ammo in, only taking the one hit. And there again, avoids another hit, so nicely done. Is going to have enough health this time. Meanwhile, I believe Akaelyne found... Oh, I didn't mark the space jump earlier. I just said she found it. And she also found her screw attack. So she's... has everything that phatscott has at this point. Very, very good save by Scott, though. That was, I think he would have been barely ahead if he'd had to go back to that wreck ship save. Probably, maybe a little bit more than barely ahead, but by taking that Dragon save, maintains maintains a decent lead here, unless Akaelyne finds this. Unless this last major criteria is something big. Plasma's not bad. Without charge, it's not what you're looking for, but not bad. Well, this does set up. So we have one in East Meridia. Could be anywhere. Some of these checks are pretty slow. There's one in Rexship. That's kind of a painful area to check. And then there's Upper Norfair, which I'm trying to remember which. I think that's the transitions Akaelyne is heading towards. We haven't seen what's over here. So is this going to be Upper Norfair? Is this going to be Croc? What's over to the right of Criteria? Do I have that on my map here? I don't have either of these on my map. Scott's going to start looking scan pits. Akaelyne finds 2 in Upper Norfair. Immediately checks the other transition. Another Upper Norfair transition. Oh, that's convenient. That's actually really nice. You got speed booster. I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, she's noping out though. Oh, she wants to see what this is. Okay. It's West Meridia, which also has 2. Ooh, I think I would be going to West Meridia, actually, because there's no hell runs for those 2 items. And it's kind of like, yeah, I think that's where she's going. For just 1, it'd be kind of tempting to pass up West Meridia, but 2? 2, I think, is worth here. And plus, you get more transition knowledge. And this just kind of feels like it's going to be out of the way. Like, if you don't get this West Meridian now... Although, I think there's a decent chance that this is going to route back to Upper Norfair. One of these other 2 transitions. It could be Croc on G4 here, I think. So maybe not. Or back of Lower Norfair, we haven't seen that either. Ooh, Akaelyne finds one of the items right away, and it's high jump boots. That's actually really nice for movement. Meanwhile, Scott making these slower Meridia checks. If Varia's here, it's going to pay off. So I think this is a good play from phatscott as well. You're already here. You know you need Varia. You know that there's no other great places to find Varia, except for West Meridia, maybe. From phatscott's perspective, even that one in Criteria is a little annoying. The 3 checks that he didn't make are all obnoxious. No, Shack2's got to have the goods sometimes. And honestly, he's already made the plasma check. I don't think you're skipping Shack2 at this point. I don't know if he's checked both sandpits yet, so he's probably gonna. I mean, that's all he's got left, right? The other sandpit, and then Shack2. I believe that, yeah, I think it can. It's really rare. I've seen that. I've seen a seed with that. It was really bizarre. It put like grapple behind speed, and then it put speed at Shack2 or something stupid like that. That's what it did. And the crazy thing is, it wasn't even in logic to get to the item. So then the randomizer ended up saying something like, these 3 locations are really hard. And the other thing is that charge was also speed locked. So the seed just expected you to be able to complete it without like collecting charge or grapple or speed, which you don't need any of those items. Looks like we're not going to get that shack tool check today, though. Scott finding grapple in the other sandpit. Akaelyne's still looking for this last Westmeridian item. She didn't see it up there, did she? I don't think it was a major. Yeah, I don't know. Like it's rolled a couple of weird seeds in this tournament in practice. This was a practice seed that we saw this in. Another thing I've seen it do is require a more difficult lava dive than it normally would. And I don't really understand that either. Like, if you have a medium difficulty setting, why are you giving the runners a hard difficulty trick? And that one's actually required because you have a boss down there. So that seems like an iffy issue. Oh, okay. Akaelyne is the first to find Varia. And Scott is coming back to wreck ship. So this is definitely good for Akaelyne. If Scott is making the wreck ship play for Varia, it's not going to be here. Now, I would say with phatscott's movement, the fact that he's already got 2 more bosses down, he's probably still ahead, even if he full clears wreck ship. Oh, but he's not. It's leaving. Maybe he wants to check the other portal. Ooh. As unappetizing as wreck ship is, I think I would leave this portal behind. So the problem with checking this portal, I guess it's tough. Oh, where did Akka find it? Oh wow, that portal's going to end up being the right answer for phatscott. Okay. That's very fortunate for him. Because the problem with this portal check is it could be G4. Or it could be Croc with 0. Like, it's kind of a big risk to make this check. Maybe, did he save scum this? Then it might be worth it to save scum. But this is going to take him right where he needs to go, as it turns out. So, actually pretty fortunate that Scott decided not to do wreck ship. We are quite possibly not going to see a wreck ship clear today. Yeah, and with the ammo being so generous, runners having both ice and speed. So, okay, we've seen a runner get grabbed by that yapping maw and like get put into the wall. The quite rare thing to happen. Nobody, like one other person I've talked to had seen that before, and that was it. And that even includes people like Snick. They're like, well, yeah, you can do that with X-ray, but I've never seen anybody just do it without any items. They just got pushed into the wall. It's not what we want to see. Yeah, it was phatscott who had that. So we won't be seeing him taking that sandpit, I don't think. Oh, I didn't mark off Barry, I don't think. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and do some easy checks here. And also, even if she's not interested in the major, is gonna want to pad out those supers. We're not quite there yet. Scott gets that Varia suit. Probably relieved. Yeah, he gets stuck on the right side. I imagine it could happen on the left. I don't see what would be the difference. He did do a quick drop in, which we think is relevant. I don't think Akaelyne did a quick drop into there. Let's see. We're still looking for Croc and G4. Oh, maybe we're not looking for Croc anymore, but we're looking for G4. And we've got 2 transitions at Upper Norfair and 1 at the top of West Meridia that we don't know. And at this point, we know that the back of Lower Norfair will be accessible. Like, there isn't a way for the map to... Wait, do we know that? Actually, no, we don't know that. Never mind. G4 could be at the back of Lord Fair. Yeah, that was the clip of that. That was tragic. Because that's one of those situations, you know, I complimented phatscott earlier for saving when he did. You know that Dragon fight is dangerous with low health. Running through East Meridia with like 4 or 5 tanks or whatever he had at that time, like, is not a dangerous situation. So he had not saved anywhere remotely reasonably in that race, and for good reason. I think it's just kind of stupid what happened. Oh, didn't see the bombs. This bomb jump up is not trivial. Like, you have to IBJ it. You can't just do a bomb jump. But yeah, there is an open question of whether Akaelyne realizes she has bombs. It no longer makes any difference. 30 power bombs. She may not need another power bomb for the rest of the game. As far as she may not need another refill or farm. Oh, and there's Charge Beam for phatscott. And with this super count, he does not even need plasma. He is in complete go mode. And just has Ridley. And is just looking for that transition to get to Ridley. And this is going to route very nicely, because even if G4 is at the back of Lorna Fair, that's right where phatscott needs to go. Oh, I guess I didn't see how Scott got into Upper North Fair. He didn't take this entrance. Did he take a West Meridia portal in? If Scott took a West Meridia portal into Upper North Fair, then it's either Croc or then the amphitheater will be required. The worst room in the game will be required, which runners have the equipment for. And then it'll be either Croc or G4 at the back. Meanwhile, Akaelyne prepping for her Dragon fight, choosing to just get all the way maxed out on supers here. She may not be back to the ship for a while. She's not too far behind. I mean, she's going to need something to happen, Scott, but you know, if he struggles at Mother Brain, the one thing for Scott, he still only has just the one reserve, I think, to go with those 3 tanks, which is fine. You know, Scott runs 4 tank. This will no problem, but it's like it's no problem until it's a problem, right? You might start thinking, "Well, I've done this Mother Brain fight hundreds of times. I don't need to take a save." I think it's pretty likely Scott will find another E-tank somewhere. Okay, where does this go? This is Croc. That is actually good for Scott, because I think that means G4 is going to be... Especially since Scott is not heading toward that bottom right portal. I'm pretty sure he must have entered through there. So that would mean that G4 is at the back of Lorna Bear. I don't know if Scott knows that yet. He doesn't have all of the transition knowledge, I don't think. Yeah, Storm. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I've got on my map here, is that's where it has to be. So it's just going to be a matter of when Scott realizes that, which he may already have. It's hard to say it. And just making his way over there. Oh wow, he's almost got enough ammo even without charge. I mean, if he can do the Zep skip, he does. Wow. Akaelyne having no trouble with Trigon. She can take all the deboosts she wants. She's still looking for charge, but honestly, I mean, at the rate the supers have been, she doesn't need charge. It's just she's behind the Phantoon boss, and I don't know if she has similar portal knowledge to phatscott. I think she's only missing the West Meridia transition. And Scott is making the play here. Hopefully he'll find one more E-Tank. Doesn't need it, but would definitely be nice. Scott's gonna try to do this fast pillar spark with the door closed. Oh, very close. Although, as we see here, with the space ship and screw attack, it's almost better to not even go for it, because you waste time setting it up. But can't fault runners for going for some swag. The Akaelyne is heading back to the back of wreck ship. Probably going to take out Phantoon. We'll probably check a few miners there. Look for charge, look for some supers. I'm not sure she ever saw what was at the back of wreck ship locations. She might do that. Meanwhile, Sky is like all of the goodies. Is missing high jump, I believe. High jump is in West Meridia. I think Scott ever found it. So that's really, you can't even tell, which is impressive, because that usually kind of hampers movement. Even space jump is really not as good without a high jump to go with it. Alright, we're finally going to see what's at the back of wreck ship. And it's just a missile pack. I was going to say, use supers. Okay, maybe just wanted to get the first shot in as a charge shot. That's totally fine. You can buffer that in. And easy fight for phatscott. Can afford to do the overkill because this is area rando, which means when he hits G4, he will get a full complement of those supers. So why not burn some extra ones here? Meanwhile, Akaelyne's gonna have no trouble with the Phantoon. I wouldn't expect to slow it out. Scott Nil still hadn't found that extra E-tank. But there are some opportunities. Wonder if he'll do some checks. There's a big 0 in Lorne Arfair. Well, really the only thing he might want would be high jump. Let me check what the escape settings are. It's the vanilla escape, so... that lack of high jump isn't going to make a big difference at this point. It's a pretty good time. Scott is threatening a sub-hour here. I don't know if he's going to do it. Without high jump, the baby skip's pretty tough. And doesn't have near enough energy tanks for stand-up glitch. Or even if he did, he doesn't have plasma, so he wouldn't be doing very much damage during that time anyway. Still a very good time. Definitely possible. That speed. And Phantoon is down for Akaelyne. So she just has... she needs to find a little bit more ammo, and she needs to take down Ridley. She'll be on her way as well. Fortunately, that early slip up with the bombs didn't really cost her much. I mean, it cost her a minute of looking around, but the red tower play ended up being just fine. It really came down to, like, I mean, if Ari had been in a place where she found it and phatscott was not going to find it for a while, then that could have turned the race. But once Scott made that decision to head toward that back of Meridia portal, it took him right to where Varia was, just after Akaelyne had found it herself. Really been in cruise control from that standpoint. I do hope Scott takes a save here. I don't expect any problems, but those saves very rarely cost you races. And they can save you races. Scott doing the wise thing here, damage it down. Not going to bother with this baby skip. With charge and bombs, could have gone for that Vashio skip with the bomb spread technique. That's pretty neat. I haven't learned that bomb spread part to it yet. Looks really promising. But it is really new. A lot of runners don't know that yet, so... Oh, and also worth noting that Scott doesn't have wave beams. So even if he was able to pull off that part of the trick, you have to then break the webs with ice, which also has been done. I mean, runners have been looking at doing that Stashio skip for low ice now, which is pretty crazy. Low ice baby skip, it actually saves a lot of time. But it is one extra complication to that baby skip. Wow, Scott was pretty brazen on the Super Series things. He's got charge, so it's fine. Oh, nice speed zep skip. That is not easy to do. First try. Well done. That's gonna help a lot, actually. Doesn't have to take out screw attack to do the zep skip. Has plenty of energy still. I mean, it looks like he's going to be 8 missiles short. So not going to need very many charge shots at all. Not even going to bother saving the 15. Just going to unload, I think. Oh, he is going to save the 15. He threw a couple away at the end. That's okay. Totally fine. All right, just the first. Ooh, that was a little heavy. I don't know if he was expecting that. Wow. Those were both really close from phatscott, but he does dodge them. Those red beams. And is safely in. Akaelyne's still looking for ammo, which actually, if she knows the portals, this is a really smart play because she won't need to go back. If she can find one more super, I mean, I think 60-60 is already good if you can depth skip, but one more super would be pretty nice here. You may choose to finish this out. It's been good performance by both runners. And we could see, like, if that VAR is somewhere that Scott hadn't found it, I mean, that definitely could have made the difference. Aka put up enough of a fight that it can come down to the routing decisions, which is always what you want. Giving yourself a chance to win. Oh, Aka had that E-tank. Didn't end up needing it. I can make quick work of these meta pirates, and going to be making quick work of Ridley as well. Doesn't have charge beams, so it needs to be not even that careful. Just can't be completely careless, I would say. This is going to farm up a bit. Onto the escape, and this is sub-hour pace here. I'm not going to go for that last moonfall. I don't remember if Scott had moonwalk on or not. I think he runs without it. He's parked up. Meanwhile, Ridley is already halfway dead. And get your GGs in chat for phatscott, because one with an official time of 58:57. GG. And that is a dead Ridley over on Akaelyne's side. So getting all her losses down, and really right on her way to G4 as well when the race ends. So solid performance for both runners. Yeah, sub-hour, worth saying again. That's very good, especially for a full area. And taking a death even. So Very well done. I don't know if Aka doesn't have sound. I'm not hearing sound. Let me see. Oh, we can switch back to Scott sound for the for this portion. I don't know. It's not giving me the option to choose for sound, so I'll have to assume that it's not available. I think phatscott is going to join us for an interview. It's just going to be a few minutes. And it looks like Akaelyne is going to finish this out, which I definitely respect. Wait. That was in the audio. Confused what just happened there, but okay. I think if I were this close to the finish, I would also finish this out. If it's a back-to-back, then the runners are encouraged not to drag it out too long. But this is not a back-to-back. Runners will be doing their second race tomorrow at the same time. And if it goes to 3, the third race will be immediately following that one. The settings will be a little bit different. So each runner gets to choose settings. I don't really talk about that too much, but the Choozo format, each runner gets to choose settings. In the Swiss rounds, those get combined together, so it tends toward more vanilla settings. So if one runner wants full area, the other wants vanilla area. Like so, the next race, or no, sorry, I got confused there. But if one wanted full and the other wanted vanilla, then it would be vanilla in the Swiss, and that's how the race 3 works. Race 3 follows the Swiss format. But in the playoffs, each runner gets to choose one without input from the other runner. So race 1, I believe, would have been phatscott's choices most likely, and race 2 would be Akaelyne's. These might be actually very similar choices. It kind of looks like these are the same settings for both races, so maybe they just agreed to the same settings. We're now joined by phatscott.
Hi.
GG.
GG.
Yeah, it was a decent race. You just have a little bit of a movement advantage, and we're able to push that ahead. There was some very early route divergence. Akaelyne acted as if she'd forgotten she'd picked up the bombs.
Oh.
So was running back and forth a bit at the beginning, and then ultimately took the clip through the red tower tube, which ended up working out. There were power bombs. She found the transitions that took her to power bombs. I think she found Green Bryn Star. The top of Green Bryn was a really convenient transition for both of you.
Was it?
It just kind of took you back into Red Tower, and then that was how she entered Green Bryn, was from Red Tower. So.
Oh yeah, I see.
So you've just finished up your Green Bryn, and instead of having to route all the way back, it took you somewhere nice.
Right. I think for the most part, I routed that seed pretty well. I think I got really lucky going back up Red Tower to find Crate and then Gravity right like that. I think that definitely got the ball rolling. And then, I almost considered just checking the bottom stuff first, which would have led to a dead end and having to go back around. Once I got to Meridia, things kind of fell apart, though, because I definitely shouldn't have checked all the Meridia stuff, because I had a feeling that, like 9 times out of 10, whenever I check West Meridia or East Meridia, it never pays off, and that time was just another example of that. And then when I was, leaving East Meridia, and then I forgot to check the exit, because I wasn't sure if it was going to be Torian or not, because I hadn't found Torian up to that point, and the places that Torian could be was either going to be wherever I found Upper Norfair or at the end of Lower Norfair, which is where it ended up being. So it was kind of like I had to figure out what I wanted to do from that point. And I guess it kind of worked out in the end, because I think that took me to Upper Norfair, which let me find all the rest of the doors that I was missing and whatever else. But
it dropped you right off at West Meridia Main Street, and Varia was right over your head.
Yeah, that was just that was just That was just funny. I don't even know what to say about that.
That was really fortunate because I also thought it was a questionable check because, like you said, it could have been G4. It could have been Croc with Croc having nothing. But it
Yeah.
ended up being exactly where you needed to go because if you'd continued going back to Wreck Ship, you'd probably end up clearing Wreck Ship. We never did
Right.
find out what the other major Wreck Ship was. Probably something dumb like X-Ray. Probably not even
Yeah.
good. Um,
I wasn't paying
and
attention to the spoiler log to see. All I saw was that high jump was in West Meridia.
yes, and Akaelyne did find that because she did the West Meridia routing starting from the top of West Meridia.
Oh, I see.
And then she found Varia first. So we knew that when you were heading to that transition, we knew that was we knew where Varia was, but we did not know where that transition went. So it was like, was this really a good idea? But maybe it's better than wreck Ship, and then it ended up being exactly the right idea.
Right. Yeah, I usually don't like. Usually, what I'm learning as I play more of the area randos is that for the most part, unless you're like in a situation early on in seed where, like on medium difficulty specifically, if you're early on in the seed, and you don't really have a lot of stuff, that's the only time I really want to check the top of Wreck Ship. Otherwise, I usually just skip it because I don't think that it's usually quite a big like time loss more often than not. And especially if it's something just like X-ray or like I don't know something else that I didn't really need, like sprain or whatever else, then it can really just like it's just like wasting time basically.
I have a tendency to check it if I already have Speed Booster, so I think I probably would have been sucked into the Wreck Ship checks, but then I'd just be falling behind the seed, I think.
Yeah, it kind of depends, I suppose. If there were two majors at the top of Wreck Ship after checking the bottom, I think I would do it. But if there's only one,
Sure.
yeah.
Yep.
And also, we don't talk about the dumb Dragon Death. That didn't happen.
Oh, it was really skillful. Surviving the fight portion of it, though. I mean,
I survived that completely fine, and then I was like, for some reason in my head, I was thinking, oh, this only does 8 damage. I'll be fine. It did 16, and I was dead.
no environmental protection from gravity only.
Yeah, I forgot that that's how that works. Rando screwing me over. Oh well, it's not like it was a big time loss. It was like a minute.
No, it's good that you saved ahead of time. I missed that you'd saved there.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely have
realized
been.
it was a Wreck Ship or something, but
Yeah, I definitely been saving more often ever since a few seeds ago or whatever else it was, where I had a really dumb death near the end, or like that soft lock or whatever else it was, and then it set me back like a whole like 20 minutes and basically killed the race. That really sucked. So I've been trying to save more often.
we did talk about that briefly because Akaelyne did get pulled into that sand pit, but didn't do the quick drop in, so it didn't get dragged.
Yeah, I don't know how. I don't know if I can even repeat that. It's just like I don't want to think about it. Every time I go through that room now, it's just like I get scared of the yappy maw.
But Akaelyne's just trying to finish up her fight here. She never did find charge, so even though she found plasma in Criteria, it ended up being a gauntlet. It's going to need to be a little bit careful. She can afford to miss a few supers.
Oh, is that what? Okay, I thought about checking Gauntlet early, but then I kind of decided it probably wasn't going to be worth it. But
It really wouldn't have been because I mean, you
yeah.
guys had so many supers. Okay,
Plus, I
Akaelyne has no
found
supers.
Spazer. I found Spazer and Ice at some point, and Spazer and Ice is more than enough for dealing with Mother Brain if you need like to do a little bit extra damage at the end of the fight. So, and finding charge where I did was also pretty lucky. I think I would. Oh yeah, I just realized I got speed Zev skip first try like it was nothing. Wow, I think that's the first time I've done that.
That was good. That was impressive. That really saved you a lot too. I mean, you would have had to do a lot more charge shots without that. No wave beam to help out with the damage. Akaelyne does get through that fight. Had enough E for stand up, but no charge, so no reason to do it.
Oh yeah, that was another thing. This seed, like whatever my route was, it was just not giving me E tanks. It gave me a bunch of reserve tanks, I guess, but no E tanks. It was very strange.
You ended up passing one up at PB's a shame. There was one there.
Oh, was there one there? Yeah. At that point, I really didn't need it, but
I didn't catch where Akaelyne found all of hers. Because she obviously found a few more. I don't feel like she made that many more extra checks. Like, I think you both routed it pretty well. Your routing was probably a touch better, but you both did Ridley into G4 last. So, I mean, that's already a win from a routing perspective.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I have anything more to say. I don't know if there's more that you wanted to talk about. I don't know if Akaelyne's going to be joining us for an interview or not, but you're welcome to hang out here in case she does.
Yeah, I think I said pretty much all I had to really say. And thanks for commentating the race and for hosting the tournament.
Yeah.
It's been
No
fun.
problem. No, glad it's been fun. It's been some good races too. This was a decent race, even though I mean you definitely had an advantage. You were ahead, I'd say, the whole race, but there were moments where, okay, if this happens, this could, Varia, this could turn the race. Akaelyne was able to make that climb supers check because of the way she routed criteria compared to the way you routed it. That could have been a big difference. Just kind of luck of a draw thing, but you never know. Rando's gonna rando, so.
Right. Yeah. I definitely felt like the seed definitely was in my favor this time.
Well, and you executed. Sub hour. It's pretty good, especially for a full area.
Yeah, I was near the end. I was like, ooh, this might be sub hour because I normally get like an hour 5, an hour 10 is usually what ends up happening. But this one was pretty good. I like full area because it honestly doesn't feel like it makes the seeds that much longer usually. Like I mean, it definitely takes more routing, like routing ability and whatever else. But like I like the way that it can change how you play through seed. Uh, and it can kind of open up multiple routes for multiple people, and I like that. That's usually why I like running it.
Yeah, I like it for a lot of those reasons too. The vanilla having to just make the same old up-down choice at Red Tower and with down
Yeah,
usually being the right choice. It's just not as interesting.
yeah. I feel like 9 times out of 10, unless you found like speed, high jump, and like I don't know something else in Green Bryn Star, then 9 times out of 10 I would just go down.
Oh boy, Akaelyne is about to. Oh, good. She remembers. She's about to extend the length of this. Or no, wait, it's vanilla area. Never mind. Or no, not vanilla. Wait, why? Why is it the timer? Oh, it's vanilla escape, not vanilla
Oh
area.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like. Because I was thinking this is a bad idea, but no, it's random escape when the animals are not there. Those animals could have
Oh,
been there. She was thinking about saving the animals and then decided not to, but maybe she just wanted to taunt them a little bit.
oh, I see.
And Akaelyne has finished with an official time of 1:12:56. GG. I'm not sure if she's going to be joining us for an interview or not.
Oh, what she said in the race time. I forgot we have starting bombs.
know why we don't have any sound. I'm surprised it didn't like revert back to the normal, like kind of elevator music or waiting music or whatever. Akaelyne's not going to be joining us for interviews today, which is fine.
All right. But yeah, I think I pretty much said all I need to say. Or wanted to say really. GG on the race. Thanks for commentating, and I'm not entirely sure how tomorrow will go. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, it looks like it's the same settings tomorrow, so
Oh yeah, I think we just kind of agreed on settings. I didn't really know how to figure out the settings or whatever else. I wasn't sure.
yeah, you just need to pick what you want, and then it'll combine them if it need be. But the only thing that gets combined for the first two races are the difficulty. So you can't, if one of you wanted the max difficulty and the other one wanted medium, it would force the difficulty back down to medium. But otherwise, it'd be whatever settings you wanted.
I like playing on medium for the most part anyway. Even though I can handle hard, I like medium because I just don't really like having a seed that forces like suitless or just a lot of hell runs that can really lengthen the time it takes for a race to go sometimes.
I feel that way about hard versus harder. Like harder throws in these weird tricks, but medium definitely makes the hell runs a little bit more forgiving too.
Yeah, that's why I like it.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. Thanks for the race today. Make sure to give these runners a follow. And
GG.
we've got Club and Pryor later today, and we've got phatscott and Akaelyne back same time tomorrow. So we will see you next mission.